Welcome, everybody. We've got some more Hoops PC basketball. Second half, Rockets and Sonics. These guys are having a. Game one was a nail biter, and game two shaping up to be the same. Rockets playing the Sonics tough here in game two. Let's go to the court and see what's up. So, whoop. 45-42, the Rockets lead them at the half. Nobody's really tearing it up point-wise. Francis, who led all scorers in game one, has 9. Olajuwon has 7 points off the bench. I'm not too familiar. I didn't really, probably should have, but studied the rotations and all that. I'm guessing Olajuwon was the starter, but he didn't. I'm sure he didn't play as many games. But I have him on the bench and Kelvin Cato starting. I know Kelvin Cato was used to back up Olajuwon, so I'm guessing I'm probably wrong in putting Olajuwon on the bench. Same with Barkley. I think Barkley, as you see, he has not played at all here in this game. He only played a few games as well, I believe. The main stars of the show were Mobley and Francis. But even without those two, they really, Olajuwon's played pretty strong here with 7 points, 4 rebounds at the half. Sonics led by Brett Berry, who had 9 points, hit all 3 of his shots. 9 points also, Vernon Maxwell against his old team. He's hoisted up 6 threes and hit 1 of them. Not shooting particularly well, but he's wanting to hurt his old team. And Gary Payton has 6.6 assists, a couple steals. He had a good first half. So let's get it started here for the second half of this ball game. Starters on the court now. Cato at center, Kenny Thomas and Shannon Anderson at the forwards, and Mobley and Francis. For Seattle, Vin Baker at center, Horace Grant and Ruben Patterson at at the forwards, and Brett Berry and Gary Payton at the guards. Here we go. Seattle will get the ball first. Here's Patterson. I'm trying to also, I was using cards, basketball cards for the pictures, but it's really a lot of times there's not a lot of good cards that will actually showcase a player. So I'm trying to transfer everything over to a face pick. It's a matter of finding some of the lesser known players with a pick like that. So I'm kind of in the middle of that. But anyways, Ruben Patterson has it top of the key against Shannon Anderson. And he's going to lose it out of bounds, and it's over to Houston. Here's Katito Mobley against Brent Berry. He's going to fire up a 3. Misses it. Rebound. Brett Berry grabs it. Gets it to Ruben Patterson. Patterson. Again, against Shannon Anderson. Drives. He's going to dish it off. Horace Grant's got it on the post against Kenny Thomas. And he's going to put it up and miss. And Kenny Thomas yanks down the rebound. Here comes Houston. Kelvin Cato passes the ball. Back out top. Gets it back inside to Cato. Fires it out. He's going to have to... Kenny Thomas is going to have to force this one and misses it. As the shot clock was expiring, Ruben Patterson with the rebound. Gets it to Gary Payton. Gary Payton drives. Dishes it inside to Baker. And Baker puts it up and in. Seattle within 1. Here's Steve Francis. Francis against Gary Payton. He drives. Misses the shot. Rebound. Horace Grant pulls it down. Gets it to Brett Barry. Barry slows up the offense. He's going to give it to Gary Payton. Payton drives. Scores it. Scooping a score, and he's got 8. And Seattle takes a 1-point lead. Here's Francis against Payton. Drives. Pulls up. Fires. Got it. Steve Francis with the bucket. He's got 11. Here's Gary Payton against Francis. Payton stops. Throws up a 3. No good. And it's going to go out of bounds to Houston. Kenny Thomas inside against Horace Grant. And he's going to find the cutter, Steve Francis, who lays it up and in. Francis with 13. And Houston back on top by 3. Here's Horace Grant. Horace Grant inside against Kenny Thomas. Powers it up and in. Shandon Anderson against Ruben Patterson. Shandon Anderson for 3. He got it. A triple from Shandon Anderson, and it's 52-48. Rockets on top. Brent Barry is going to pass it. Gets it to Gary Payton. Payton squares up against Francis. Drives. Dishes. Brent Barry on the outside. He head fakes. Cuts inside against Mobley. And fires it off to Brett. Gets it back. Brett Barry's going to have to hurry. Fires up a shot. No good. Horace Grant with the rebound. Puts it. Throws it back out top, and they reset the offense here. Gets it against Vin Baker against Kelvin Cato. And a foul called. It's going to be on Steve Francis. Just picked up his 3rd. They're going to have to get Francis out of there. Bryce Drew will check in. Vin Baker at the line. First one up and good. Second free throw misses. Rebound, Kelvin Cato. Gets it out to Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew against Payton. Drives. Finds Coutinho Mobley, who slams it home. And it's 54-49. Ruben Patterson. Patterson drives. And a foul. It's going to be on Shandon Anderson. 2 shots for Ruben Patterson. Hits the first. Hits the second. 3-point game. Here comes Houston. Bryce Drew puts up the jumper and it goes. No, they call a shot clock violation. And not in time for the shot. Back over to Seattle. Here's Horace Grant. And whistle. It's Kenny Thomas with the foul. 3rd team foul on Houston. Here's Gary Payton against Bryce Drew. Drives. Scoops it and scores. Gary Payton with the bucket. He's got 10. Here's Kenny Thomas. Kenny Thomas with a little 8-footer goes. Brett Barry stolen by Mobley. Mobley on the fast break lays it up and in. Coast to coast for Coutinho Mobley. And Mobley with 9. It's 58-53 Houston. Here's Payton from the outside against Bryce Drew. He's going to throw up a 3. And he hits it. It goes down for Gary Payton. And Payton now with 13. Bryce Drew open for 3. He misses. Rebounded by Horace Grant. Up to Gary Payton. Payton's going to slow it down and set up the offense as they're down 2. Payton from the outside. 3 again. This one's going to be off. And rebounded by Kenny Thomas. And Coutinho Mobley's going to pull up on the fast break. Fires up the three and hits it. Timeout for Seattle as the three-pointer gives the Houston Rockets a 5-point lead. Mobley now with 12. As we check the benches out, get some new blood in here. Rashard Lewis comes in. Jelani McCoy will come in for Horace Grant. Vernon Maxwell will check in for Brent Berry. The problem I have with these rotations here is Greg Foster is not playing this game, so I've only got a few players that can play center. Got to be very careful how I work the rotations here. Okay, Francis is still on the bench. You're going to bring in Walt Williams. And Hakeem Olajuwon comes in for Cato. There we go. Vin Baker against Olajuwon. And a foul is called. It's going to be on Kenny Thomas, his third. And like that, they're going to have to go to the bench. Matt Bullard will check in. And Vin Baker to the line. He hits the first. And he hits them both. 3-point lead, Walt Williams. And Rashard Lewis is whistled for his third. Here's Walt Williams for three. Got it. Walt Williams triples. He had 16 in game one, and he's got 9 here today. It's 64-58. Jelani McCoy against Bullard. Powers it up. Scores it. McCoy with his 4th point. Here's Bryce Drew. Dribbles inside in the paint. Scoops it and scores it. Nice play by Bryce Drew. Went in amongst the Giants and put it down. 66-60. Here's McCoy and a whistle. It's going to be on Mobley, his first, and to the line goes McCoy. Going to hit the first. Misses the second. Bullard with the rebound. Gets it to Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew on the outside. He's going to pass it. Matt Bullard's got it against McCoy and scores it. Little 4-foot inside little jump hook, and it goes. And it's a 7-point lead for the Rockets. Get it to Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell fires up a three. Misses. Rebound goes to Vin Baker. Baker back up with it. No good. And it goes out of bounds to Houston. So Seattle, as we look, shooting 44%. So Houston will inbound. Here's Matt Bullard. Squared up against Jelani McCoy. Shoots up the jumper. No good. Rashard Lewis comes down with it. Gets it to McCoy. Dribbles twice. Goes up. Scores. McCoy with 7 points now. And it's 68-63. Bryce Drew against the glove. He's going to pass it out to Mobley. Mobley finds the open Matt Bullard underneath, who lays it up and in. No, he three-pointer. I'm sorry. I still get a little thrown off by that some players have that on their assists. Some players have a 3-point where they can shoot a three-pointer on the assist. But Bullard nails the three, and it's 71-63. 8-point Rockets lead. Here's Vin Baker. Inside against Olajuwon. Scores it. Hakeem, not the same Hakeem, allows Vin Baker to get inside and hit the little jumper. Brings up Walt Williams. He drives, passes it. Gets it to Mobley. Coutinho Mobley against Vernon Maxwell. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Walt Williams. Back up. Scores it and he's fouled. Walt Williams gets the rebound. Puts it back up. And a foul is called on Rashard Lewis, his fourth. Steve Francis is going to check back in. Mobley will step out. In comes Bryce Drew to cover him. Chuck Person's got one of the ugliest cards. I shouldn't say ugly. He can score and shoots a lot of threes, but his three-point is not good. 2 and 12. So he only played like 9 minutes a game. So instead, we might have to put Emmanuel Davis at small forward, or maybe put him at shooting guard, and then Vernon Maxwell at small forward. All right, Walt Williams to the line. Hits the free throw. It's now a 9-point game. Seattle's got to be careful here. Get it to Gary Payton. He shoots the jumper and it goes. Big basket there for Gary Payton. He's got 15. And it is 74-67. Olajuwon in the post against Vin Baker. He's going to get fouled. This will be Emmanuel Davis. And Olajuwon will go to the line. He hits the first. Misses the second. Out of bounds to Seattle. Inbound. Emmanuel Davis misses the shot. Rebounded by Gary Payton. Payton fouled on the putback. And Bryce Drew picks up the foul. Payton goes to the line. Oh, off the front of the iron. Missed the first one. Hits the second. Payton with 16. 75-68 Houston. Here's Steve Francis. Against Vin Baker. A mismatch. And Francis is going to take him outside and fire up a three. But Baker gets out and alters the shot. It's a miss. And Vin Baker grabs the rebound. Gets it to Gary Payton. Drives. And a foul call. It's going to be on Walt Williams. Gary Payton will go to the line. Misses the first. Hits the second. And it's 75-69. Payton with 17 points. Here's Olajuwon inside against Baker. And he turns it over. Olajuwon turns it over. And back over to Seattle. Get it to Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell drives. Misses. Rebounded by Walt Williams. Gets to Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew fires up the three. No good. Emmanuel Davis grabs the rebound. Gets it to Maxwell. Coast to the basket. And he's going to get hammered by Olajuwon. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Maxwell went at his former teammate. And Olajuwon made him pay. Maxwell hits the first. Hits the second. 4-point game. Here's Matt Bullard. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Seattle. Seattle continuing to try to keep this game close. Jelani McCoy against Olajuwon. McCoy misses. Rebounded by Walt Williams. Bullard on the fast break misses. And Gary Payton comes away with it. Here comes Seattle. Down 4. Get it to Vernon Maxwell, who drives. Misses. Rebounded Walt Williams. Williams gets it into Olajuwon. Olajuwon backing in against Baker. And Vin Baker, not a great defensive player, allows the Hakeem Olajuwon dream shake, and Olajuwon scores easily. He had Vin Baker out of off balance there and puts it in. It's back to a 6-point lead. Olajuwon with 10. Here's Maxwell. Maxwell misses the long jumper, and Olajuwon pulls down the rebound. Olajuwon from the outside is going to pass it. Gets it to Walt Williams. Drive. Scores. Walt Williams. It's back to an 8-point lead. Jelani McCoy passes. McCoy misses on the inside. Walt Williams comes away with it. And that's the end of the third quarter. Rockets up their lead back to 8, 79-71. 14 points for Walt Williams, leads the way. 17 for Payton with 8 assists. Maxwell has 11 off the bench. But the story is the shooting. Well, they're actually both pretty close as far as shooting goes. Brent Barry will check back in. Horace Grant will come in for Vin Baker. Rashard Lewis has 4 fouls, but Ruben Patterson's only at 3. We're not bringing Chuck Person in. So we got to wait for... We don't really have a backup point guard, so we're going to have to go because Shammond Williams is out for this game. So it's either going to have to be Maxwell, Brent Barry, or Emmanuel Davis. So I guess we could bring Davis in, but I don't really want to take Vin Baker out and Gary Payton. So we're going to leave Payton in for now. On the visitor side, Francis is back in. Shandon Anderson's checking back in. All right, here we go. Start of the third quarter. Here's Matt Bullard. And a foul call. It's going to be on McCoy, his 4th. McCoy picks up his 4th. I have to bring Rashard Lewis in to play a little power forward. Not his position, but don't really have a lot of choices here. Here's Francis against Payton. Oh, he finds Hakeem Olajuwon wide open underneath for the slam. And it's a 10-point game, the largest lead of the game for Houston. Here's Maxwell for 3. He got it! Vernon Maxwell cuts it to 7. Olajuwon against Horace Grant scores. Olajuwon's showing some... He's still got the offensive talent as he puts another one. He's got 14 points. Here's Horace Grant. Misses. Rebounded by Shannon Anderson. Steve Francis misses the shot. And out of bounds to Seattle. Here's Rashard Lewis. Lewis against Bullard. Shoots and scores. A jumper by Lewis goes. His 6th point. And a 7-point Houston lead. Shannon Anderson drives, dishes it to Matt Bullard. Matt Bullard against Rashard Lewis. And Lewis knocks it away. Going the other way to Gary Payton. Payton stops, throws up a 3. Got it! Timeout for Houston as the Rockets give up the 3. As Payton's got 20 now. And it's back to a 4-point game. This first 2 games of this series have been doozies. Here we go. Olajuwon in the post against Grant. Backs up. Fires. No good. Rebounded by Maxwell. Up to Rashard Lewis. Lewis misses. And Francis pulls down the rebound. Back the other way. Here comes Houston. Setting up their offense. Get it into Hakeem. Hakeem backs in against Grant. Turns a little jump hook. No good. Lewis grabs the rebound. Gets it to Horace Grant, who's going to give it up. Gets it back inside against Olajuwon. Passes it back out. He's going to have to try to get something here. Grant misses the shot. Rebounded by Francis. And here's Matt Bullard. Matt Bullard pulls up for 3. Got it! A big triple for Matt Bullard. And Bullard has 10 points. Rockets back up by 7. Gary Payton has it knocked away by Hakeem. Gets it to Francis, and Francis throws it away. Tried to find the open man, and Francis threw it away back over to Seattle. Here's Brent Barry. Inside to Horace Grant, there's a whistle. It's going to be on Olajuwon, his second. Team's first in this fourth quarter. We're going to bring in Mobley back. Kenny Thomas is going to check back in, as is Kelvin Cato. As Hakeem goes off the floor. Okay. Hakeem is 4 minutes of rest, and we'll try to get him back in for the closing part of the game, if need be. For the hometown team, Vin Baker comes back in. Ruben Patterson checks back in. Let's see. Horace Grant. Peyton's the only one who's got to need a rest here, and he only needs a minute, so we're going to bring in Vernon Maxwell at shooting guard and Brent Barry at point guard. All right, here we go. 86-79, Houston on top. Here's Brent Barry against Steve Francis. And Barry fires up a 3. No good. Mobley with the rebound. Thomas is going to slow it down. Gets it to Steve Francis. Francis against Barry. Pulls up. Misses. Rebounded. Francis. Back up. No good. Francis another rebound. Gets it out inside to Kelvin Cato. He's going to pass. Back to Francis. Francis drives. Scores it. A relentless Steve Francis. Francis puts it in. And Francis with 15. And a 9-point Rockets lead. Here's Maxwell. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Mobley. Mobley, coast to coast. Slams it home. Emphatic slam. And it's an 11-point Houston Rocket lead. Here's Vin Baker inside, misses. Rebounded by Vin Baker. Puts it back up. He misses. Mobley with a rebound. Cato against Vin Baker. Backs in. Turns. Shoots. Scores. And a timeout by Seattle. As it's getting away from here in the fourth quarter. 7:35 left. Gary Payton's going to check back in. All right. Here's Patterson. And he'll turn it over. Seattle getting sloppy here in the fourth. Going to get it to Steve Francis. Francis against Peyton. Foul called. It's on Peyton. 92-79. Inbound. Houston to Shannon Anderson. Anderson drives. And Ruben Patterson commits the foul. And that's going to be a 2-shot foul for Shannon Anderson. First shot up, no good. Second free throw. Knocks it down. 93-79. Here's the Sonics. Vin Baker is fouled by Steve Francis. That's his fourth. They're going to leave him in there. Vin Baker to the line. First one up, no good. They got to start hitting their free throws. He hits the second. It's a 13-point Houston Rocket lead. 6:53 remaining. Here's Kenny Thomas. Blocked by Horace Grant. And it goes out of bounds, though. Houston maintains possession. Here's Francis. Stolen by Gary Payton. Payton drives to the basket. Scores. They're going to try a press here. Francis from the outside shoots, scores. Francis comes right down and knocks down the jumper, gives him 17. Here's Vin Baker. Another foul. This one called on Shannon Anderson. And Vin Baker goes to the line. Hits the first. He got them both this time. Baker with 14 points. And it's 95-84. And Francis broke the presses on the fast break. He will pull up for three. Oh, he just missed that one. Horace Grant with a rebound. Gets it to Gary Payton. Payton pulls up, shoots, scores. Gary Payton, 24 points. Seattle within 9. Here's Francis. Turns it over. The crowd's starting to come alive here. Here's Gary Payton drives. Scores another one. He's got 26. Payton feeling it right now. 10 of 17 from the floor. It's 95-88. And Steve Francis turns it over. The crowd going nuts. Here's Brent Barry for three. Oh, misses it. Right. Oh, Gary Payton, Mr. Everywhere. Drops it off to Horace Grant for the slam. Timeout, Houston. Look at that. What a comeback here. Down to a 5-point lead, led by Gary Payton's big night. We're going to leave things as is. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. I was going to put Olajuwon back in. Here's Mobley. Misses the jumper and rebounded by Horace Grant. Gets it to Gary Payton, who's going to slow it down. Set up the offense here. Gets it out to Ruben Patterson. Shoots. Misses. And Cato comes down with it. Here's Mobley. Drives. Scores. Coutinho Mobley with a big basket there. That gives him 16 points. Vin Baker against Kelvin Cato. Turns, shoots, scores. Nice stroke from Vin Baker. He's got 16. And Steve Francis turns it over again. Back over to the Seattle Supersonics. And they're going to have to hurry here. Misses it. Horace Grant. Kenny Thomas with the rebound. So, not a good opportunity for the Sonics there, but they could not get a good shot off. Kelvin Cato passes it. Kenny Thomas turns it over. Here's Brent Barry. He's going to pass it to Gary Payton. Payton drives. Misses the shot. Rebounded by Mobley. Mobley to Cato. Cato inside. Turns. Misses. Rebounded by Seattle. Hakeem Olajuwon's checking back in for Cato. 5-point game with 2:28 left. Here's Vin Baker. Olajuwon knocks it away. Immediately, Olajuwon pays dividends with the steal. Gets it out to Mobley. Oh, and Mobley threw it away. Big opportunity there for the Houston Rockets. And unable to take advantage. Seattle will inbound. Horace Grant. Oh, look at that. Kenny Thomas steals it. Gets it to Francis. Francis pulls up for three. He hit it. Timeout. 192 with 2:10 left. And they are really reeling here now. After that triple from Francis, that gives him 20. And they're going to try to get the ball to Brent Barry. See if he can get a three off. Now we're going to get it to Payton. Oh, they can't get it to him. Instead, it goes to Patterson. Patterson's going to pass it. Another pass to Brent Barry. He passes, but he's going to have to hurry, and he misses badly. And rebounded by Olajuwon. Francis will slow it down. What do we want to do? Crash and press. They're going to hold the ball with an 8-point lead. Olajuwon. Foul called on Patterson. And Olajuwon will go to the line. He hits both free throws. .102.92. Here's Horace Grant. Wasting time here. Again, another forced shot. Misses. Good defense by the Houston Rockets. And away comes Horace Grant with the offensive rebound. Passes it back out. Payton misses the jumper. Another offensive rebound. And another miss. Kenny Thomas finally rips it down. And here comes the Houston Rockets. 48 seconds left. This game's all but over. A pass from Olajuwon. Mobley. And there's a foul called on Brent Barry. Mobley to the line. Hits the first. Hits the second. That's a 12-point lead. That should do it. Payton finds Horace Grant for the easy bucket. As the Rockets let him pretty much score there. And Coutinho Mobley is fouled by Brent Barry. Rockets are in the bonus. So Coutinho Mobley will go to the line. Misses the first. He misses both free throws. But time's going to run out. And the Houston Rockets win this one 104-94. A big win on the road. Let's look at the statistics. Steve Francis led the way for the Rockets with 20 points. 18 from Mobley. Walt Williams had 14. Did not score in the second half, I don't believe. 16 points for Hakeem Olajuwon off the bench. They shot 45% from the floor. They out-rebounded Seattle 49-42. Gary Payton with a monster game, 26 points, 11 assists. But all in a losing cause. Vin Baker had 16 and 7. 14 points for Vernon Maxwell. As they shot just 41% from the floor. So a tough break, but Houston fights all the way to the end and pulls it out. And that's going to end it from here. Series now tied 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.